Thulas, good afternoon to you again. So about an hour and a half to go. Do you have a sense of how this is going to play out and perhaps who's going to be on that podium?
Yeah, Jeremy, we await what will undoubtedly be a decision of seismic proportions, but also consequence. Shaun Abrahams will come before the nation, standing at the very podium where I'm standing, the stage where I'm standing with that backdrop of the NPA, and let us know what the decision is that he has taken, in fact, in consultation with the panel that he put together to look back at the case and see if it is still a case that can still be pursued in the interest of justice. This coming after all those cases that have gone before. There were moments where, there was so much litigation that was taking place, including parties that were not originally part of the story when the charges were first brought in 2005. But nevertheless, this is where we are. And I'm joined by someone that I suspect will be very busy in the coming hours, Luvuyo Mfaku, who speaks on behalf of the National Prosecuting Authority. Are you ready?
We are ready. 15:30, we'll start.
Right, Luvuyo, tell me about the format of how this will all play out. I understand it's an announcement. You won't be taking questions. Why is that?
It is an announcement. Remember that even if we decide not to prosecute or to prosecute, there'll be litigation. And it is a policy issue. Our policy directives are clear that whenever a prosecutorial decision has been taken, you communicate that decision to a person who's affected by the decision. But in cases where there is a heightened public interest, there is an exception to that rule. This matter has attracted a lot of media interest, and we want to use your platforms to engage the public in respect of our decision.
Right, but are you completely satisfied about the process that has gone to arriving at the decision? I won't even try to get the decision from you because I already know that you absolutely are tight-lipped about it.
The NDPP assembled a team of very senior lawyers headed by Advocate Nogo from the KZN. Remember, this matter is within her jurisdiction, and therefore she had to lead. Assisted by Advocate Mahlati. Those are seasoned lawyers. Now, we do not doubt their recommendations. Of course, the National Director did not actually just rub a stamp. He had to apply his mind to the matter with his leadership collective and decided on the way forward.
Right, and just finally, are you able to say whether Mr. Jacob Zuma has already been informed about the decision?
The former president has been informed. Would not have called the media briefing to announce the decision if he was not. Remember, the first person that has to know is the person who is affected by the decision.
All right. Thank you so much, Luvuyo. That is Luvuyo Mfaku, who speaks on behalf of the NPA, Jeremy, confirming that the former president, Jacob Zuma, already knows what all of us are waiting to hear from Advocate Shaun Abrahams in a matter of about an hour and a half to go, thereabout. So this is where we are, waiting for a massive decision that will have major political implications. And you start reeling back, Jeremy, to the times when this matter first came up around 2005 and how the initial court appearances would play themselves out, and you wonder what would happen if Shaun Abrahams comes here this afternoon and says we are going ahead with the prosecution. Would we see similar processes playing themselves out in front of the courts, people coming out to pledge their support for Jacob Zuma? Or you also wonder what would happen if he comes here and a scene similar to April 2009, where Mokote Dimshe came here and told the nation that he had decided that the prosecution would not proceed. What would then follow if that happens?
All right, Thulasizwe Simelane, thank you very much indeed. I think it's a standing room only in that auditorium. We'll check in with you a little bit later on, and certainly that conversation with the representative from the NPA dripping with expectation.